Well, it seems like there's always something broken on the truck. And right now, it's the headlight. Basically, the halos and everything weren't working. I lost almost all my lights on my left side. So, as you can see, nothing's lit up. But on the passenger side, we've got the halos and that bottom marker. So, right now it's Friday night, and instead of doing something fun, I am getting to work on the beast. So, and then tomorrow we're gonna spray the trailer down with WOOLWAX, which is kind of like fluid film, to protect it, and add some more winches. A couple weeks ago, I had to kind of wire in a ground here. I don't know if you can see it, but had to wire in a ground right here, and that worked for a few days. It gave me some of the lights back, but the problem that I ran into was that the wiring was corroding inside this terminal right here. And so since I've run that this white wire here, I've had issues with corrosion on the other end. All right, so kind of dug in here a little bit, and so the people before kind of just haphazardly put wiring together, and as you can see, like right, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, hard to see in the camera, but in that, there you go, that green wire where my finger is attached to, I mean, all that is just corrosion, you know, and this pin pulled like straight out of the connector, that one there, and that's because heat built up and the connector got hot enough where it just melted enough where the pin pulled out, and you can't put it back. So what we're gonna have to do is, I got my wiring kit right here, and we're gonna take this connector that should be the same one as the truck there, and we've got a wire cutter, but then we've also got this deal here, which is like a ratchet. So when you're using the crimps, like these crimp and seals, so what these do is, where the lower part is there, it crimps, and then this you heat up and it solders. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this over one of these wires, and then I'm gonna get rid of all of these just kind of spots where they just kind of haphazardly put the wires together, and actually crimp them and solder them in together, to fix what whoever did this before obviously didn't do it right. So, but we're gonna take the time and make sure that it's good to go. So what I was kind of saying is we just cut it off a little bit and make sure it's all spun in there good, so it's going to get a good connection with this deal here, and then we'll stick this wire in the hole so that it's nice and connected, and then take this ratchet and now this, as you can tell, it's not coming loose. And then what'll happen is I'll connect the other end here to the truck side, and then crimp it down again, and then get the solder in the center. So it's You know, and it's crazy here. You can see how black that wire is. It shouldn't be like that. It should be a nice clean copper color, and it isn't. So definitely, if we didn't do this now, we would have issues down the road. Maybe even on the road, which obviously isn't ideal. So I'm glad we're kind of fixing this now. All right, so we got the connectors disconnected, and what's crazy is that there, it's hard to kind of see the wiring, but that's not copper, that's pure rust. So I mean, we really didn't have a good connection there. And then if you look at that, I mean, that's all just straight corrosion. So I mean, one of the problems is that they use so much salt in this part of the country, and the salt gets into the wiring and just corrodes it. And, you know, I can't show you down there, but the wires were black and they should be copper. So I may end up needing to get a whole new harness down the road to run from here over to the other end of the truck. But the problem is they wired in fog lights and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, you look at these. These are green on the inside, you know, that one especially. I mean, it's just not conducive to a good connection. So, but yeah, I mean, like this one here, literally just came apart. I touched it and it broke. So that's kind of crazy. Pins look all right inside here, so nothing too surprising. But, I mean, even... this is the type of quality control whoever had this truck before, you know. This is a 10 millimeter, where these other ones holding that on up here are probably 8s. And then they stuck a Phillips head screw in that one. I mean, some people should not be allowed near tools or truck customization. I don't even know what to call some of this. Very, very not high quality. All right, for the moment of truth here, I didn't heat shrink all those yet because I want to make sure that it's gonna work. So we're gonna plug it in. So that should be connected. And then now we'll turn the key to the on position on the truck, and actually I'll just turn the headlights on and the blinker. So we'll see here, we've got a headlight, halos, and turn signals for sure, because you can see that on the ground. And I think we've got the other one too, but we're going to check. So we'll turn off the turn signals, and yep, we got that light, so that's good. And we're going to check one more thing here, and that is the high beams. So yep, and we've got the high beam, as you can see. So we've got all our lights again, which is great. DOT legal now. But like I said, something always seems to go wrong on the truck, you know. So I fixed those lights up. Now that one's blinking. You know, it never ends. The salt belt is terrible for wiring. It's terrible for the roads. And, you know, I can't explain how irritated I get sometimes with the amount of salt that they put on the road that corrodes everything. It's really tough to keep the trucks up in the wintertime. I mean, I go all summer with no issues. And then a few weeks during the winter, it snowed, they spread salt, and and then you're fixing stuff. So what I'm gonna do is get this all sealed up here, and then I've got some LED headlights that I'm gonna put in here instead of the incandescent. So I'm gonna package the wiring up, get it all heat shrunk, and then I'll start working on that. Now, if you guys have never seen these before at Harbor Freight, they are amazing. I bought one of these Apache 3800 rugged mobility boxes a couple weeks ago, and I'm using it because you can cut out, there's like if I take this out of here, there's all these little individual squares that you can take out and kind of organize your tools with. So because I didn't want all my fire equipment just rolling around the cab like a lot of my other tools are, I decided to go this route. So now I've got my torch and that's MAP gas, so that's some hotter burning stuff than propane. And then I've got a soldering kit and my butane. So butane goes in this thing, and so I probably don't have this filled yet. Heck, I may not even know how to work it. Yep, no, this isn't filled yet. So what we're gonna do is fill this. So to do that, you'll take and there's a little hole on the bottom there. You just stick your butane thing in there, and it fills it. I can smell the butane. So now we got some fire. So now what we'll do is go here, and you'll see that the heat shrink, it shrinks the connections, or the butt connector, right around the wire. But then this solder bucket here in the middle will heat up, and in a second here I'll probably just hold this off of it a little bit, but you can kind of see that solder's melting, and so that'll get right into the wire. So especially like when you got all the wiring, like on this truck here, it's all corroded. You know, it's really nice to have some solder in there, because it's going to get in between all those fibers in the wire and make sure that you got a good connection. So I'm going to finish up doing this on all the other wires, and then we'll test out the LEDs and see how much better they are than the incandescents. All right, well, I'm not sure why, but on the H1 LEDs, they put these two connectors on there, and the way the H1s work is there's a positive pin, and then the outside of the light grounds. So this LED light is not going to work for what we need. And on the H7, one, this didn't fit in the assembly, but two, it kept shorting out whenever I would plug this in. So I think there's something wrong in the LED light itself here. So we're not gonna mess with that. We've got lights now. That's what's important for DOT. Heat shrunk and then sealed all this up with some good electrical tape, the 3M stuff. So hopefully it won't run into legal. Well, it's Saturday morning here in Wisconsin, and we just backed out of the shop. Kind of loud, but we're gonna hook up to the trailer and do some wool waxing today. What that is, it's kind of like fluid film, where you spray down the metal, like the frame, with oil, and it helps prevent rust. And since my Trail King came from Alabama last summer, I want to kind of keep it nice. So gonna go hook up to that and then get ready to start prepping to fluid film it or wool wax it. Yeah, see, all this steel, you know, it's got some surface rust, and the underside of this thing is pretty darn good for a, I don't know, 25-year-old trailer. So, trying to keep it that way. Rewired it last fall, and yeah, just trying to keep it as nice as we can. So we'll be spraying it down with oil today. That's some thick oil. Well, we've been working with this WOOLWAX, and it really is doing a nice job coating. I mean, as you can see here over the Trail King sticker, I really didn't spray that much on there, and it's coating really well. And it really is not making much of a mess. I mean, it's wet down on the floor from the water that was falling, but it really hasn't left many drips on the floor, and it hasn't been getting much in the air like we thought it was going to. We were planning on doing this outside, but it's been going well enough that we decided to do it inside. So we're gonna keep going and show you the finished product when it's done. Okay.
And you looked at it so that it was down and you went to go spray it on it and it wasn't away.
Okay. All right, we spent most of the weekend in the shop here putting on new winches and rails on the right side of the trailer along the whole thing here, and then so we got the floor all dirty, aluminum shrapnel everywhere. And then also, we wool wax the trailer. And that is definitely an oily product. So, it's actually lanolin based, which is like made out of sheepskin or something. Not sheepskin, but sheep wool. But yeah, we wool wax the trailer, and if you get this stuff on you, It wipes off pretty easy, but it makes a mess. So, well, I'm gonna back this thing out of the shed and park it, and then start cleaning the floor.